The segment we're going into is the news review segment. It is interactive. We'd like to hear from you. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. You can join us on our socials. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Tweet at us on X and drop a comment on our Instagram page as well. We're going to be unpacking a number of issues this morning. I have two fine gentlemen in studio with me. The Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy is the National Coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program, that's DRIP. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not sure we've met this year.
No.
Well, so happy New Year's in order then.
Many happy returns. Thank you so much.
And the Honorable Fusaini Isa is also here, a former Member of Parliament for Okaikwe North. Honorable, good morning to you too.
Good morning, Nana.
It's good to see you.
Good morning to your viewers and good morning to my senior Honorable.
Very well. So we're in court yesterday. The Supreme Court quashed the ruling of the Tamale High Court. And so clearly there won't be any rerun of the Kpandai seats. Matthew Nyindam has been reinstated as Member of Parliament for Kpandai. But the majority, the NDC says it's not over yet. They're waiting for the judgment of the court, review same, and then go for a review. That's according to Roxanne Nelson Dafia Makbo. Honorable, some argue, and it could be pedestrian argument, that you have this overwhelming number of MPs. You are the super majority. Why not let it go?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, and let me say Happy New Year to the viewers and also to all of us here in the studio and all the workers of ChannelOne TV. It was great last year. I hope this year will be better.
Amen.
And I hope we shall be able to inspire young ones to listen to us, because on this network, quite decent discussions, full of depth and also very objective. I'm grateful to be part, and let me say I hope this year will be better. First, let me say, one, when it comes to issues about parliamentary elections, most of the time it's dependent on the parliamentary candidate. If at the end of the elections and results are announced, it is the parliamentary candidate who decides whether he has accepted or not. And when it becomes necessary for him to challenge the decision of the Electoral Commission as far as that particular constituency is concerned, he reserves the right. It is not like the presidential elections when it takes a whole party. So in this case, the gentleman, the former Member of Parliament, has been very, very sure and confident about overturning the decision that was announced by the Electoral Commission. So he took up upon himself to fight it, and he's been very, very consistent in that. At the time, he was even complaining about the fact that it looks like he's not getting the sort of support that he thought he needed from the national structure itself. And we all encourage him because he was our colleague. When the judgment came, I wasn't surprised that because he was so convinced about his case.
The judgment of the Tamale High Court.
Yes.
Right.
And what he has, his lawyer is somebody who is very close to this particular network, Nekwaku Samoa. And having discussions with Nekwaku Samoa, he was very convinced that they had a good case, they have a solid case, and they were going to win. So when the decision of the High Court came out, I wasn't surprised because I was very confident. Maybe let me say that I was a bit biased because he was always with me. Almost every time he was in Accra, he would come to my office, we had a discussion. Yesterday was quite a blow. And I don't know how he as a person is going to take it, whether he will say, I've fought enough and I want it to end here, or he will want to go further because he still have an opportunity to go for a review if he thinks that procedurally the Supreme Court maybe may have overlooked certain clear evidence before them or certain facts that he can adduce to point to the Supreme Court that maybe they were not averted to these particular facts. So I think it's good decision. My this thing was the fact that just as many people, I've heard many people talk about, what happened was not something that you could say was as a result of, let me say, the process. It was a result of an individual's lack of integrity when it comes to protecting the ballot. And he also trying to do what he thought was right. And I heard you making a comment when you were going to the papers. And it was the same comment I have talked about consistently in this case. In all electoral cases we've had in this country, it is the decisions of the returning officers and the presiding officers or the electoral officers that cause those situations. True. There have never been a case where someone has taken an election case to court. There has never been a situation where someone has gone to the court to seek redress, reliefs under a certain condition when it has not been as a result of failure or decision of an electoral officer to go against the regulations and the procedures we've all agreed to. And many a time we allow these things to go. Those people go on scot-free. They go unpunished. And as such, people continually do the things they are not supposed to do and plunge all of us as a country, citizens, into useless and unnecessary stress.
True.
Look at what is happening with Kpandai. In fact, the people of Kpandai themselves are going through stress.
Indeed.
I'm going through stress. Hussein is going through stress.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Don't grab me with him.
no, Husseini's fight is that he wants to keep the number.
Yeah.
He wants to keep Nyendam. Because Nyendam is not just a member of parliament. He's quite an experienced member of parliament.
Indeed.
A former part of leadership.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and they will want him to be part of the team. So that he could even...
I think he's currently on the communications committee.
Yeah, he was a former
ranking.
whip.
Deputy
whip.
Tamale.
And there's so much that he can give to the young ones who have come into the house, because they have a lot of new faces, and they will need the old ones to give them some experience. So the MPP will want to have Nyendam in parliament. The NDC will also want to bolster their number. So we are all going through that unnecessary stress as a result of the, let me say, lack of discretion on the part of the person who was mandated to oversee the elections in that particular constituency. So I think that once Electoral Commission continue to close their eyes to, let me say, measures that will serve as deterrent to people who want to infringe or cause infractions in the processes and the procedures of election, people will continue to do this. If someone has gone to jail for willfully disturbing the process of elections or altering figures or doing something that impugn the integrity of the elections in a particular station, these things will stop.
Indeed.
Let's take, for example, a very simple example. During the Ejiso by-election, is it Ejiso or Kumewu? Yeah. Where an MP was seen giving an envelope, do you understand?
Yeah.
of money
to
an agent, and the agent taking it. All that they did when people protested was to let that...
Honorable, you saw him give an envelope. As to the content of the envelope...
Oh, but he said it. He confirmed that he was
Did
giving...
he? I can't recall.
He said
it was transport.
He said it was transport.
Okay,
Yes.
because I recollect in the envelope, but
All that the Electoral Commission did was to let that particular officer leave the station. That is not deterrent enough.
Yeah.
It is not deterrent enough. You understand? When somebody is caught in an act that willfully go to impugn the integrity of an election, the person must be dealt with.
True.
So tomorrow, even when the person is a volunteer or a staff of the EC, he knows that when I do this, this is what I will go through. And it will help us build some sort of trust in the system and reduce the, let me say, the intentions and possible court cases that emanate from our elections. Our people have indicated that they're going to study the judgment, and after analyzing the judgment, they will advise themselves whether to go for a review or not. I personally will have a chat with my former colleague, because I've seen such cases sometimes drag over years, and it does not inure to the benefit of anyone. Sometimes it's good to let it go, reorganize yourself, and then come in another time. When you go through such litigation, and it breaks you down, it's waste of resources, energy, stress, and all those things it's not healthy for you as a person. So I think, left to me alone, I will tell my people that if they know that we don't have a good case for a review, we should let it go. We should let it go. I'm sure it's a young man. The next election, people will be sympathetic. Will know that, yes, he wasn't treated fairly, and we'll all work together to make sure his desire of coming back to Parliament is achieved. Like Nyindam, he lost. Went, prepared, and came back. So falling is not the end of your life. Sometimes it's better to go back, reflect, sit down, reorganize, and then come in again. We've all lost elections before, one time or the other in our lives. But when it was time for us to also win, we won. And I think that this is something, so that all of us as a people will avoid the unnecessary stress we are going through. When the issue of the by-election came up, for example, he was going around all over the place, you understand? You know, looking for support to be able to, because he spent a lot of money fighting this case over a year. So it's not an easy thing to go through, and sometimes you don't even, I don't know what psychologically he goes through, the young man. I don't know what psychology, but when you're talking to him, you could see that the thing is having effect on him. So I will urge them, if they think that there was enough, let me say, facts, evidence for them to be able to ask the Supreme Court to review their decision, then fine. But other than that, I think it will be a fruitless exercise, because at the end of it all, it's not easy for a Supreme Court to review its own decision. You must have quite a very, very convincing, strong argument to be able to get the Supreme Court to review a decision. And
especially a 4-1 majority decision.
Yes, the process is a bit laborious, and it's not easy. It's not something that we can really go through that easy. But we have a new Supreme Court, and I think that
a new Chief Justice.
And a new Supreme Court per se. Let me say, we have new faces. Right. You understand? And I think the integrity of this particular Supreme Court is quite assuring. And I said, I have no doubt in my mind that looking at what has come, looking at the fact that the decision was quite huge. It wasn't unanimous, but 4-1 is quite a huge number. Yeah. And I will want to have the opportunity to see the judgment, and I want to even have the opportunity of seeing the dissenting view. You understand? Sometimes that is not easy to have, but then that is the most important. When you are a law student, they will tell you that the dissenting view is most important. It helps. So I want to have opportunity to see what informed the decision of Justice Gabriel Puaman to dissent in the judgment. That will help our people. And that will help them to be able to analyze critically the other side of because the judgment, the four judges, justices who gave that decision, the majority decision, their case will be clear. So they should look at it. And this is going to take a lot of time. So I'm very sure that
sometimes what the legal team may have missed will be in the dissenting view.
Yes, yes. So I'm saying that is important for them, and it's not something. It's not easy to get it. It will take a lot of time, and I think that the party, the presidency, will have to see how they can get our brother together, talk to him, and see what he can be offered.
You compensate him with an appointment.
Yes, I believe so. I believe so. I believe seriously, so that all these stress will be done with, because all of us are going to be stressed. If, assuming he goes to court again, everybody, the lawyers, the party, me, and all of us will be there again. The minority will also be there. They will be going to parliament, leave their work in parliament, and be going to support Nyindam. So all of us are going to be stressed. And I think it's also total waste of resources. And I think when we have gone through with the recommendations of the constitutional review, all these issues about by-elections will be resolved in a matter I think will help us.
Honorable sir, for you outcome, but for watchers of the space, the position of the minority as against the judiciary in recent times. Yesterday, I heard Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo say that you describe the courts as a kangaroo court, but when the ruling comes in your favor, you jubilate.
Good morning to you again. Good morning to my senior man. And a good morning to your viewers. You appreciate this whole process when you have personally gone through this whole process, like myself and my senior have. Elections themselves are not easy things to deal with. I recollect that. In fact, I had to go back to conversations I've been having with Matthew Nyindam since December when this ruling came from Tamale. Whilst this whole court processes was happening, he was also preparing to go for a rerun just in case. Just in case the court, I mean, it's normal. I mean, you appreciate these things when you are in there. But for an astute MP like Matthew, he's certainly a very big addition to our caucus in Parliament, and so we're not going to let it go. But you see, consistently, as a people, in the democracy that we are nurturing, we are beginning to accept the fact that elections are won or lost at the polling stations and not in the courts. And I think that for all of us, it should be what is what it should be our watchwords. Then again, sometimes because of this whole inkling of elections being won or lost at the polling stations, it creates a lot of tension at the polling station and within the constituencies in the build-up to some of these issues. It's heartwarming to know that alas, we still have a legal system or a judiciary that we can revert to when there is this disagreement, and it's not going to be who is stronger, who is more mature, or who is. I mean, it's all good to know that at least we have somebody in the middle. But you see, it's also quite instructive when my senior refers to the Supreme Court as a new Supreme Court. It's very instructive for me.
How so?
What we have seen is the NDC did promise a reset. They did tell us that when they came into power, they were going to get rid of the Chief Justice, and that they have done. We saw the appointments they made to the Supreme Court. They further went to the Appeals Court, and I think last week or the week before, they swore in over 100 High Court judges. And if this is the reset they said, I think that they have actually done their reset. But what I cringe to think that this is not going to be a precedent, such that we sit here and think that when a government comes into power, some of the things they need to do is to get rid of the heads of other arms of government and do a reset like they have done. We have seen governments come and go. We saw Kufuor take over from Rawlings. We didn't see such overhauling of the judiciary.
There's been an overhaul of the judiciary.
Not to this extent. To this extent, it has never happened.
Why?
To this extent, it has never happened.
If
You see,
qualified
yesterday, after the ruling and the media interaction by both legal teams, I chanced upon a video of some supporters of the NDC from Kpandai. And their point is that, but how can this decision go against us when we are in government? It is not supposed to go against us. That's their inkling.
But you being in government doesn't mean you run the judiciary.
You see, I don't blame them. And the reason I don't blame them is that hitherto, under the government of the New Patriotic Party, the Supreme Court or the judicial system was labeled as unanimous FC. So there is this thinking that when your government is in, or when your party is in government.
But we didn't say that. Your national security minister said it.
There's that inclination, that's thinking that when your party is in power, you are not supposed to lose a case in court. And that is a very dangerous thing to do.
But that's a
in fact,
very
I'm saying that the gentleman who expressed those views on the screen now, you see, it is a very dangerous thing to think.
Indeed.
That because we have come and overhauled the judiciary, we have come and we have sacked the Chief Justice and appointed a new one who we think should be doing things and acting in our favor. So those are the gentlemen expressing those views. We have appointed a new Chief Justice. We have packed the Supreme Court. We have packed the Appeals Court. We have appointed over 100 High Court judges.
Doesn't necessarily mean if you have a bad case, you win.
You see, Nana, that is the danger. And those were the sentiments being expressed by those gentlemen. And that I cringed. And it sent some fears. You see the gentleman in the smoke in the back. I mean, the video is all over social media. And that is a very dangerous thing to think.
But your government made appointments to the Supreme Court.
Of course. You make appointments as and when there's a vacancy, you make those appointments.
In fact, you appointed
as and when a Supreme Court
appointed
judge, as and when the Chief Justice retires, you appoint a new one. But in the manner in which the NDC is done this, me personally, I still feel scandalized. I've just seen an article in this newspaper on the what happened to
the removal of CJ Tokono.
I've just seen the article and I'm very interested because it so baffles me how a party can promise in opposition that when we come into power we are going to get rid of a Chief Justice and they come and they execute
Saxon's promise.
Oh, but it was very
petitions were brought against her.
Look, I have said on this platform,
even under Akufo-Addo.
I have said yes, under Akufo-Addo,
yes,
he did receive petitions.
Yes,
but he has to determine whether or not there is a prima facie case.
Yes, that's not
he never.
Not the president.
It's the Council of State.
It's the Council of State.
He forwards. He determines whether there is some merit, and then he forwards. He forwards those petitions. But he thought that look, the matters that were brought before him had no merit
because
in
the Supreme Court at that time, the Chief Justice of that time was superintendent over a unanimous FC.
The cases that went to the Council of State, expenses, reimbursement of expenses, realignment of human
transfers
within the judiciary, and you think that those two issues, for me personally, and I've said it.
What is the qualification?
Per the dictates of the law, if it amounts to stated misconduct.
Yes.
You see, stated misconduct. There's always that window. That window.
Maybe say it's too wide.
That window. That can be. Look, I said it on another platform that look, if the heads of the other arms of government are put to the same litmus test, we will not have a president, we will not have a speaker of parliament.
No, but
he knows it. We've been in parliament.
No, but the Chief Justice...
When you're an MP, when you talk about expenses reimbursement, when a member of parliament is traveling, you don't sit down to work out your expenses. You go to the officer, or the officer in charge comes to you. You're going, this is your per diem, this is your flight, and hands over to you. If you go and come back and you have to go do reimbursement, you finish with the officer. You don't even know the details. That's the extent to which MPs operate. And it is not different for the speaker.
This is the head
it is
judicial
not.
service.
Look, the government has a system in place. What pertains expenses in parliament? What pertains in the executive? What pertains in the judiciary?
Service is different.
It's different.
How different?
How different? Of service.
How different? When the Chief Justice is traveling, there's an officer in charge of all those calculations. There is an expending officer.
And for someone who interprets our constitution.
Oh, Nana, Jai, I'm saying that. Look, if we put the head of our legislature, if we put the executive to the same litmus test, we will have problem in this.
No, because we don't have the same conditions.
The conditions are not same, are they?
Oh, Masa.
Yes.
Similar maybe, but not necessarily the same.
You know, I mean, he knows what I'm talking about.
I'm not what we are saying, but you see,
he knows what I'm talking about.
The reason why the conditions for the Chief Justice is so high is because that person is supposed to be insulated.
Transfers within the judiciary. We have not heard that before. We have not heard that before. You see, at the time that it was this case was running, I recollect coming on this platform, and there was a similar thing happening in Cocoa Board. There was a similar thing happening in Cocoa Board.
But if you are
when the Dr.
the
transfers, found it necessary when he took over Cocoa Board to realign stuff, and it is like it. It is like it. If he thinks that this is going to make the entity more efficient, why not?
But it shouldn't appear to be a weapon.
Oh, please come on, go to Parliament and see. Go to Parliament and look at.
I ask a question for you.
Let me ask only one.
Check the hierarchy in Parliament. The parliamentary service staff. Yes. Go and check what is happening there.
I agree with you.
People have issues, and if this is enough for us
to remove
for one head of an arm of government to find it necessary to remove, people say, he did it. The president removed. He signed the ultimate letter to remove the chief.
But he was bound by the constitution.
Yes. Oh, come on. And I have explained to you that when the petitions came,
you want the president to engage in an unconstitutionality.
Oh, I have not said so.
Yeah,
I have not said so.
Bound by the constitution.
I have not said so. But what I'm saying is that a precedent has been set. Any precedent that comes into office,
let me ask
I pray we don't go down that route. Because any president that comes to office will have pressure from their rank and file to do what the NDC did. And me, when I speak about this, I get a bit emotional because I think that it has set our democracy back for over 20 years. That is how I feel about this thing.
Let me give you.
It has set our democracy back for the head of an arm of government to be able to remove the other. So the gentlemen who were at the court yesterday, their expectation is that because our party is in power, we are not supposed to lose a case in court.
Your party is in power, but the CJ is not your party member.
Unfortunately, that is what the
so that's the misconception.
But that is the signal we have sent to the people.
That's the signal we have sent to the people of this country.
Pedestrians like this.
You see,
they are pedestrians. They are Ghanaians who are entitled to the abuse. They are the people who participate in the
millions of Ghanaians.
Hold on. This ruling should actually remedy that thought.
Yes,
remedies this thought. But when you go further, one of them is saying, I saw a video on TikTok.
Did you transcribe what he said?
Oh no, they spoke English, and I heard one of them went to say that NDC does not even exist in Kpandai again, because he cannot phantom how they should be in power, their party should be in power, and lose a case.
Then it's good for you. They should defect to the MPP.
Oh, it is. I don't think that. I don't think that it's
one point.
Me, I am very emotional when it comes to this thing, and I think that we have set our democracy back many years.
In all these discussions, nowhere in the Constitution of Ghana has it been stated that when somebody has to be a member of Parliament, he has to be of a high moral standard.
Yeah.
Not even the executive. Not even the executive. But with the Chief Justice, there is that particular qualification that sets the Chief Justice position apart from all these others.
Yeah.
So when you are sent to that position, a certain standard of life is expected of you. You have no, let me say, like the Bible said, it may seem right to everybody, but not to you.
Exactly.
You understand? There are certain things that a member of the executive could do that you, the head of the bar, cannot do. You understand? The head of the bench cannot do. The head of the judiciary cannot do. So when you want to compare all the arms of government and said if these things that exist under the executive, if we should just gloss over, then with the Chief Justice we should also gloss over. No, because at the end of it all, the Chief Justice is the one who will sit and judge someone else when the person goes against those same standards that have been set for his position. So we should always look at it that these things are there to protect the integrity, the image, the dignity of anyone who occupies the position of Chief Justice. So that tomorrow, anyone who ascends to that position knows that, hey, with this position, if I even should touch this, I will be held liable.
True.
Something that a member of the executive could do and go away with it. Something that a member of the legislature could do and go away with it. I cannot do.
Indeed.
Because of the let me call it, let me use the religious word, sanctimonious nature.
True. Of the office
I'm holding.
Yeah.
So you see, when we are talking about these things, I'm saying that you may not like it, but it is good for all of us. Because what is going to help at the moment is that we're now going to have judges. Because before this, let's understand something. There has been something that has come out through Anas, Anas, where a lot of judges, you see, were found in situations. Some of them were very, very simple situations, like accepting gifts, which was seen to be, let me say, immoral when it comes to a position they are holding. So it is expected that we look at situations where we set a standard, a particular bar for the people who occupy that position, so that when it comes to issues about integrity, the trust of ordinary Ghanaians in the judicial system, everybody will know that when I have a case and I go to court, the judge is not going to take a bribe. The judge is not someone who can be bribed. Look, recently in the US, there was a serious case against Clarence Thomas that before he even ascended to the Supreme Court, and when he came onto the Supreme Court, he accepted free holidays. Somebody paid for his hotel. He went on a yacht and all those things of a businessman. This was used against him, and he nearly lost his position on the US Supreme Court. So when it comes to judges of the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice, I want us to look at it and say, look, at the end of it all, they are the ones who will judge me and judge you. So if they themselves are not of a particular level of expected standard, how would they be able to judge me? You understand? So, let's not compare apples to oranges, because I don't think we are the same. We may be three arms of government, but the expected standards of a Supreme Court judge is not the same as the Speaker of Parliament.
I totally disagree with that stance.
Really?
Yes. I totally disagree with that stance, because look, as members of Parliament, we represent sometimes hundreds of thousands of people, not because you are handsome or not because of your knowledge, but the people have found something that, or they have entrusted you to go and represent them. And you cannot say that I am an MP or I'm representing those tens of thousands of people, but the morality or the standard that you need to use to measure me should be lower than what you need to.
That's what our constitution says. It's a constitution.
I differ.
It is only the CJ that has
you cannot tell me
condition
that
attached
I have
to
been
it.
appointed
High moral
as a
standards.
minister. I have been appointed as a minister, but because I am not a judge, when it comes to measure of morality, I should be lower than that of a judge. I cannot accept that. People, we have entrusted you. In 2009, look at what happened in the UK Parliament. Because of expenses, I dare say, what Anas did within the judiciary. Sometimes I recollect watching the video and I sat there and I felt sorry for some of the judges, personally. Because this is when you hit a man, when he's at his lowest. I saw a judge lying in his sofa, in his house. Somebody walks in and wants to discuss some case and says, oh, meja ponchimbi ewo abonten. The judge is not supposed to, one, discuss the matter like that, take the good. But in the state in which he was caught, I felt sorry for him. I felt sorry that he had been exposed, and I felt sorry that those acts are happening in our judiciary. So similarly, I don't expect a member of parliament to be doing that.
Indeed.
How? Similarly, I don't. And I don't expect
you never got a gift.
Minister.
You never got a gift as a member of parliament.
Look, it is not about me. We are discussing systems. We are discussing the systems we have put in place. And I'm saying that, look, if a judge cannot take a gift for judgments or what he does in the courtroom, a member of parliament equally.
So that you agree to the standards to which we are holding the system.
But are we saying,
let's review our constitution?
For us to say, that the judge should be held on a high moral than a member of parliament or an executive.
That's what the constitution says.
Look, the constitution might have envisaged the fact that, look, just like this Kpandai issue, an NDC guy and an MPP, they are haggling over who won elections. And the judiciary is the ultimate that resolves such disagreements. That's what we have all agreed to. That does not mean that if you're a member of the legislature or the executive, you should be held to a lower moral standard. No.
I don't think that's what
I'm saying.
I disagree with that.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
Look, my fear yesterday, when I watched the young men,
this young man.
Exactly. You see, those were the young men there.
You are so fixated with
it's not me being fixated. I got scared that, look, not too long ago.
What is their level of appreciation of the law?
Not too long ago, we labeled our judiciary unanimous FC. When judges had painstakingly gone through cases.
But that one was your Minister of National Security.
It was Kpandai who said that.
When they have come out with a judgment, irrespective of who said it, that is my view.
Right.
When they are painstakingly, with all the experience, with all their knowledge, with all that they can gather, have been able to go through cases, we found it convenient to be labeling them unanimous FC. And all of that. And based on that,
did you hear the description of the minority leader for
those were the basis on which the NDC did tell Ghanaians that when we come, we are going to reset the system. And true to their word, they have done that. I cringe because my fear is that shouldn't be a precedent. But anybody who ascends to the presidency in this country, trust me, will have pressure from their rank and file. And he knows, and I know, that look, when it comes to those petitions and all of that, is why I'm saying that if you subject the head of the executive, if you subject the head of the legislature to the same litmus test, they will not survive.
Your minority leader recently described the CJ as intolerant.
You see, describing somebody as intolerant, it is his view on maybe something that some matter, right? That's the view of the minority leader, and I don't think that it is as much as.
Is it not derogatory?
I when I say you are intolerant, it's a description of a behavior.
Yes,
it's a description of a behavior. It is not.
And that behavior is what?
Those are the gentlemen. You see the gentlemen.
You are really interested in this gentleman.
You should see the video. If you have not seen it, you should see the video. It is scary.
You see, Fuseni, when you get yourself to a level of looking at this issue about what happened with the Chief Justice, you give me the opportunity to also talk about what happened to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission.
You see,
you give me the opportunity to talk about what happened to the chairperson of the
you are putting the Electoral Commission, which is a creation of the Constitution, but it's not an arm of government. It is not at the same level.
But it's the Electoral Commission that ensures.
It is not at the same level.
In fact, they are the ultimate.
It is not at the same level.
Ultimate.
We keep telling ourselves that look, there are three separate, independent arms of government who are a check on each other.
But the principal,
who are a check on each other.
Arm,
there is no way in that arms of government the Electoral Commission.
But the Electoral Commission is the one who decides who becomes head of the executive.
I have considered the fact that it's a creation of the Constitution. Given that it was erroneous, fine. That's too wrong, Baker, right?
No.
Thank you.
Very well. Let me take a few quick messages. This one says, good morning, I am Eben from Kwabinya. Finally, I believe the former National Security Minister, Honorable Kandapa, will sleep peacefully because what he cried for under the watch of CJ Enimyeboa and CJ Tokonu has come to pass in the era of CJ Bafoboni. Truly, Ghanaians are feeling the resetting agenda. Greetings to Honorable MC Agbo of Ghana East. Says, Nana Ampem, Eastern Regional Women's Organizer and Chairman Bibi Moro of Akwetia. Okay. Good morning from Mabo Michael Bechem Edum Adadiase. So, does the NPP believe in the Supreme Court again? Was it not the same NPP that accused President Mahama of packing the courts with his judges? They should tell us one case the NDC won during their tenure. This particular case proves that we have a working Supreme Court, one that is independent, neutral, and devoid of political influence. The outcome demonstrates that judges are guided by law and conscience, not by political pressure. This is even more significant considering that the current Chief Justice appointed under the sitting president presided over a court that delivered a decision not skewed in favor of the appointing authority. That alone speaks volumes about the integrity of the judiciary. Had this been during their tenure, we would have witnessed unanimous full court decisions conveniently aligned with political interest. And he says this regards to Honorable Charity Gardner, the Ahafu Regional Minister. Okay. Congratulations to the MP for Kpandai on winning the case. The victory is a testament to the strength of democracy and the rule of law. It's clear that voters had their say and we should respect their decision. Moving forward, let's focus on unity and progress for Kpandai and the country. And he does a hashtag Baumia That's Aminu from Nsawam. Good morning, Nana. The Supreme Court has spoken. Life must go on. And Honorable Yendam is one of the most popular political figures in Kpandai and loved by both NPP and NDC. That's Ahmed from Nima. Bonti Benjamin says, Supreme Court's ruling on Kpandai gives the citizenry hope that all is not lost and the will of the people shall always win over evil machinations. Greetings to the next president of Ghana, Kennedy Ejapong. Honorable Nilanti, are you saying it is moral for an MP or minister or the president to receive a bribe? No, I don't think that's what he said. This one says, Nana, I wish to remind Honorable Issa that Nanado claimed he was just a conduit to refer petitions to the next stage. Article 146 was used to remove the EC, so it is not a precedent. That's Kojo from Peki. Hello, Nana. I totally disagree with Honorable Vanderpoy. The issue of morality shouldn't be downplayed with the MPs and executives. I think people misunderstood what you meant with that point. We are where we are because of the lack of moral grounding of these two parties. We should do better because those of us coming are learning from them. Peace for Ghana. Honorable Fuseni, there's a personal message for you. Wow. This one, it says, good morning, boss. Please tell, and they like to call you Fusheni. Yeah. Please tell Fusheni that he is needed at Kamvili. The people there say they admire him so much, the way he carries himself. They have a chieftaincy title for him. He should try and come. Arrangements have been made to get him the title. And he says, tell him on live TV that people want to hear from him.
Tell him I'll come and claim my title.
Very well. Okay.
Nana, maybe let me clarify this. You see, exactly. What I want people to understand is that every Ghanaian is expected to live a particular standard, live by those dictates, regulations, or values that we all share. But when it comes to the issue of the Chief Justice, the Constitution specifically designated one of the conditions for the appointment of Chief Justice to be someone with the higher moral authority. You understand that? You that is what there is no other arm of government or individual appointments under Article 71 that has that qualification.
My point is that
you understand.
The fact that the Constitution
it means that the Chief Justice
clearly that to qualify to contest as a member of Parliament have to be over 18 years, be of sound mind. And be a registered voter, and not be a Ghanaian, and did not state morality there. Does not take morality out.
That's what I'm saying. That it doesn't.
But it is not clearly for a Chief Justice.
You are there to represent tens of thousands of people from your constituency, and you are telling me that you should be held at with a lower measure.
No, he's not saying. He's not saying.
No, you're saying that specifically because with the role of the Chief Justice, it is stated clearly that it has to be of a higher moral. Higher moral.
What is saying is that it is built on a sanctimonious, position that the person is occupying.
I beg to differ.
For example, let me give you for example. High Court judge, even appeals court judge, there is that you don't have that qualification. That thing is not mentioned there. On the appointment. But when it comes to the Supreme Court, even the president, you don't have that mentioned. What it means is that anybody who is going to ascend to the position should be somebody who will live above everybody else.
You know what gladdens my heart?
Give me a few seconds.
May agrees with me that if the head of the legislature, if the head of the executive is put to the same litmus test, we'll have a problem in this country.
We don't have a problem.
Granted. But I think the point came up because you raised the issues in the petition which you feel do not warrant the removal.
Yes.
And that's why he's saying that.
I keep saying that.
Office of a CJ.
Somebody said, the president said he was a conduit. But you see, before the president conveyor belt. Similarly, and the dying embers of the government of Nana Addo Dankwa, he received petition Tokono. He didn't find any merit. He didn't find it meritorious to forward to the council. So he summarily dismissed it. So if President John Dramani Mahama had not seen any merit in this, so before he forwarded to the Council of State, he would have seen.
But me and you sitting here, we have divergent opinions on one issue.
Certainly.
So what are you saying?
Certainly,
you don't expect the federal president
so that is why I'm standing by my bit that we are all expected to be of a higher moral. The fact that the Constitution does not require does not mean. So if John Dramani Mahama, president, found it necessary to forward this and complete the process and sign a letter of dismissal
as mandated by law
of the Chief Justice,
as demanded of him by the Constitution,
he signed a letter dismissing the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana
on the recommendation of the Chief Justice.
A letter dismissing, and so President John Dramani Mahama dismissed the Chief Justice of the Republic.
This is fallacious.
He dismissed the Chief Justice.
Attribute it to him as an individual?
Because I still find it scandalous.
She faced her
For
own
one
police.
head of an arm of government to create this. And you see, what even makes it more pronounced is the fact that it was premeditated. They have told us that when they come into government, they will do it. And true to their word, when they came into power, they did it and they sacked Tokon.
Very well. Very well.
You know, my all this, let me say this in conclusion, let me say this. See, I want to caution the MPP not to swim too much in the glory and the joy of this judgment. Because just a few weeks ago, they were calling the judiciary and the Chief Justice of presiding over a kangaroo judiciary. Tomorrow, when there is a judgment that comes from the Supreme Court and it's not in their favor, they should not use words that impugn the integrity of the judiciary. Because when it comes to issues about the court, you win and you lose at certain points, unless you decide that you don't want, you want to go and do, arbitration, where you all will agree. But when it comes to system, because that judge will look at the facts, will look at the evidence, and determine a particular position. So if today the Supreme Court has determined in your favor, and you are swimming in that joy. Let me say this. Tomorrow, don't laugh over what will come.
You see, let me also say this, that look, we all have agreed to the governance system that we want in this country. We all have actually agreed that every 4 years we're going to go to the polls and vote for a president. We are going to vote for members of parliament to form the legislature. We've agreed to how the judiciary should go on. But you see, we know that within this system, the judiciary should be held in some level that will arbitrate when there are disagreements anywhere. And so it is a last institution that we can rely on, and so we should hold it in very high esteem.
True.
But when I as a Ghanaian feel that the whole institution of the judiciary has been bastardized to the extent that I'm looking at appointments that has happened in the judiciary over the last year or so, it gives me grounds.
Why don't you go back to the
be
appointment
able?
that
I
were
will
done
never. I will never
to the Supreme Court.
I'll never call
Supreme Court.
I'll never doubt the. It's not in my
when
character.
people who had won party
it's not in my character.
People who have won party
to
t-shirts,
be able to
even
call,
4 years before that appointment.
But there was a general secretary of the PNC who was called to the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah, he was a general secretary of the PNC.
Yes, he was a politician.
But we are talking about a parliamentary candidate.
But
the new
a general secretary of a party.
4 years, he was a parliamentary candidate.
And
then 4 years.
And I'm saying this is what politicians do to yourselves.
You see,
so it's a cycle.
It's not a cycle.
That's what you do to yourself.
Jawu became a Supreme
What
Court
happened
judge
last year?
just 4 years
It's
after
a
election.
dent. What happened last year? The removal of Tokonu is a huge dent in our democratic.
But you think the appointment of Jawu
and
wasn't a dent?
My fear is that it should not continue. Unfortunately, whoever ascends to the presidency will have pressure from the ranks and file of their parties to follow the same trend.
No,
and
seriously speaking,
if you look at the number of appointments, that's why I'm saying that my fear is that it shouldn't happen.
So can it end somewhere?
Can it end somewhere?
Where do we draw the line?
That is not for me. I can't see into the future. I can only see what is happening now.
But you can advise.
If I am in a position to do, I will. Because everybody has been consistent since 1992. For the first time, we thought that the government comes into power.
We want to reset this country.
The most dangerous thing is that it was premeditated.
That's what we are saying. You see, we want to reset this country.
Then they have told us.
We want to reset this country.
When they reset,
that's the reason why we.
And so they have reset the judiciary.
If we're going to go,
and so the people, their members believe in the reset.
If we are going to go by the
standards, and because their members believe in the reset,
they
think that how can my party be in government and lose a case in court?
No, what happened is to indicate to them that we are resetting this country.
I think that you should get to those videos.
Those
on TikTok.
Those people will have to be educated that we are resetting the country, so they should not expect that when we are in government,
that's how we have made them feel.
That
is how we have made them feel. When your party is in government, you should not lose a case in the court. And it's dangerous.
If we say we are going to do a quarter of what Nanado did as president.
Nanado did not do anything.
Look, Nanado even appointed MPP person, electoral commission board members.
Nothing compared to removal of the Chief Justice.
Are you sure?
Nothing.
When he failed the Supreme Court
to the removal of
with
the
party
Chief
parliamentary candidates.
An arm of government removing the head of another arm of government.
No.
It shouldn't happen.
President Mahama did not remove the Chief Justice. President Mahama did not remove the Chief Justice.
But he signed the letter.
The Chief Justice was removed by our own PS.
He signed a letter.
No, I said they were removed by
as demanded of him by the constitution.
You know what they wanted President Mahama to do?
I've said that. There were petitions on Tokonu
not to sign. Then they will cite him for breach of the constitution.
There were petitions on Tokonu in the 9 members of the Nanado government. He did not find merit to this, and he dismissed the summary.
As for this, the Mama has beaten you to it. That's the only thing that is.
Very well. Let's take a break here. This is Breakfast Daily on ChannelOne Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello again. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Breakfast Daily on ChannelOne Television. We're having the news review segment, and so we're moving from the court to our space, my space, the media space, and attacks on journalists. A recent one happened on Monday. We understand a military convoy, some officers traveling in an armored vehicle, allegedly stopped somewhere around Wale Wale and attacked civilians, including the Northeast regional correspondent for the Media General Group. The Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Abdul Kabiru Tia Mahama, has condemned the act. Yesterday, the Ghana Journalists Association held a press conference and made certain demands. But topical amongst that was the attack on a journalist by some fire officers around the Kasua New Market. They insist, the GJA insists that the PRO mishandled the communication around that particular attack and so should be removed. Attacks on journalists. You would expect that this would have been a thing of the past. We've gone back and forth on this matter over the years. And for agencies that you would expect will ensure the security and safety of journalists to rather allegedly be involved in attacking or if like committing these brutalities against journalists, it's quite worrying. So, Honorable Issa, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on this going?
I think that as a nation, we've come very far. The GJA of the 70s, of the 80s, of the 90s, they had to go through quite a bit for us to get to the media freedom that we used to have. And I think sometimes people take some of these things for granted. Let me just remind them, I recollect that in the early 90s, we didn't have a proliferation of media houses like we did.
Yes.
There was only GBC for everybody. And I even recollect that when I finished, around 1992, there was only one FM station in Ghana. They started at 9, closed at 2, came at 6, and closed at 9. And Joy Multimedia started around 1995. And today, I am able to sit here this morning as a Ghanaian, express my views on national issues as I think. I think that it is something that we should hold sacrosanct.
Yeah.
And we should actually kill for that. Hey, and I grew up in the...
We should kill for that.
Not like,
protect
not literally,
pluralism.
protect it.
You're speaking like Osewusu.
Not... you see, in the ultimately, it has been proven right. You see, the shoot to kill policy. I sort of support him.
But in Parliament when he said it, you cringed.
You see, it may sound scary, but to the extent of what we are doing to our environment, what we are doing to future generations, I think that people should be held responsible for their acts. And if it means that it should be it. You see, the media we have today, and maybe people of a younger generation who are taking this lightly will go to the extent of bastardizing and abusing journalists. And, hey, we've come very far. People have laid down their lives. I recollect the Ben Kwakus of yesteryears, the Tommy Thompsons of yesteryears, we are lucky to still have Kwesi Pratt and Kwaku Bako still around. I mean, what they had gone through.
You mentioned Tarzan.
Of course, Waku Brobe, Radio I. And I recollect at the time the regulator, Tano, Major Tano or something, was it? And I mean, he having to find out where Radio I was operating from. We've come very far. I think that for somebody to be abusing a journalist just for the journalist doing their work, it's something that we should protect the media that we have, because it is not for nothing that the media is called the fourth realm of the estate. It is really, we are talking about 3 arms of government, but it's only the media who can hold this bull in check. Look, if in 1992, a new patriotic party decided not to contest in the parliamentary elections. We stayed out. We used the media so effectively that by 96 getting in 2000, we could have the representation that won elections in 2000. The media is something that I hold sacrosanct, I think that when these matters come up, they should be investigated thoroughly. And anybody found culpable should be held responsible. I support Honorable T.S. action, and I hope that he takes it up in Parliament. The GJA itself, I pray that in this day and age, the politicization of such association is going to an extent that needs to be watched. Not too long ago, I'm seeing the Ghana Bar Association, I'm seeing the Ghana Law Society come up, and all of that. Maybe they are in the right, they are in the right direction to bring some plurality to the way we have done things over the years. The GJA itself has preserved that association over the years, and I think that we should protect it with all the energies that we can muster. And when people fight or abuse journalists, they should be held responsible. In the past, I've seen the GJA announce blackouts on some people just for some of these nights. And I think they're in the right direction until these matters are resolved. If it means that the GJA should take these institutions up until these matters are resolved, I totally support the GJA, because for me, we have come very far and we should protect the media.
Oh no, I want to read a portion of the military statement regarding this Wale attack and find out what you make of it. In a statement on Wednesday, January 28, the Ghana Armed Forces acknowledged the heightened insecurity in the Northeast and Upper East regions, noting that such conditions may occasionally necessitate military operations without prior notice. The statement also urged the public to cooperate with the armed forces and other security agencies.
Well, Nana, let me say this. I may be biased in my contribution on this particular issue because, you know, I wear that cap
Indeed.
as a trained journalist and a professional broadcaster. I know what conditions were some time ago. And I know sacrifices some of us have made to be able to ensure the sort of polarity and the freedom that we're enjoying today. Let me say this. Some time ago, even as a staff of GBC, that is when we have a monotony. You know, it was only GBC.
Yeah.
Then even as a staff of GBC, you were even scared. You understand? When you go in on air. Because within the environment of GBC, there were soldiers. Sometimes even in the studio where you are broadcasting. That's how serious it was.
Yeah.
You understand? There were soldiers standing there.
Not to break you in, every time I have to go to GBC, these thoughts, yes. Because when you read about coups, to be able to have a coup, just take over GBC.
And you know, when you enter as a visitor, as soon as you enter GBC, the first thing you see are soldiers in a bunker with
the sandbags,
and the guns,
their rifles.
You understand? So that is a sort of system that existed. And as Fuseni said, with the contribution of many Ghanaians, many Ghanaians, today we are happy to have this environment where people could easily express their opinions, express their mind, and feel free and express themselves in whatever form. I agree that sometimes these freedom become a bit too, let me say, uncontrollable. People become irresponsible in their... And what we should also understand is that the irresponsibility of one journalist could plunge a whole state into chaos.
Indeed. Yeah.
We have examples in Nigeria, in Liberia, in Rwanda, in Burundi. These examples exist. Even recently, very recently, in the United States of America. So it is important that in as much as we exercise those freedoms, we must also be responsible in the way we exercise those freedoms. But I will never, under any circumstance, condone, support, talk for any act of indiscretion when it comes to reaction of anybody to an expression from any journalist. What I mean here is that a journalist may err, but use the laid down procedures to address that problem.
Right.
Under no circumstance should you violently reprimand a journalist or attack him for expressing an opinion that you think was not right. Look, I will not even want to go to the violent one. Even yesterday. Yes, yesterday. I don't know how that lady.
All right, are you really going to go there?
No. You see, no. I'm just saying here. You see, sometimes if we are reacting to somebody for being abusing her discretion in the way she presented, do we have to be personal?
No.
Do we have to go to a private life?
No.
That is what I'm. So you see, it is two-edged sword.
Yeah.
Sometimes our reaction to abuse of press freedom sometimes also become abusive.
Yeah.
So in all this situation, look, I'm totally against the way the military acted in the Wale Wale incident, the way the fire service personnel acted in the Kaswa incident. There was another incident of an action between police and military in Accra Central this week. Yes. The police behaved in a manner towards a soldier, and a group of soldiers decided to storm the police command. Accra Central. Yeah. You understand? And it was almost because I thought they were soldiers, so they could just walk over them. But when they got there, the sheer number of the policemen, virtually scared them. You understand? So all these talks about the intolerance of all of us within the system. I'm saying this because if one person may have done anything that possibly could put the peace of a very volatile area like Wale Wale into danger, is that the way to react? That's the first thing. And in every situation, in the military, even if there are 6 military men in a vehicle, there is always a commander.
Indeed.
A leader.
Yeah.
What responsible response did that commander issue for the people under his command to behave the way they behaved? Did the officer use the sort of tact and diplomacy that they are taught at the officers training school to address that problem? You understand? The men could be annoyed at the behavior of that journalist, but that is why you are an officer. What did he do in that circumstance? To calm his men down, to see whether they can take this guy to the police station, report the case to the police, so that the police can also address that issue. But when it comes to, for example, let me see what happened in Katamanto, for example. There's a container or something in a fire hydrant. So the fire service people decided that in order to have access to the hydrant, they were demolishing the container. Then a guy came and started fighting them. But their response was above board. Hitting him with sticks and all those. So sometimes it's not just about what the person did, but our ability to exercise some tact, diplomacy in addressing.
Clean and answer the sledgehammer.
Yes, that is what that is what happens in this environment, because the level. I think you see, one of the things I believe we must look at until this ICE issue in the United States. Look, I've always admired the U.S. police and all those things, the way they handle, because sometimes the way they will even approach the issue, you wonder. That's why when I forgot this case, this popular black case that happened.
The Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter happened. Everybody in America got surprised because it was not something that they see always. They are taught on how to react, even crowd control and all that. They are taught how to even talk to people. The policeman comes in UK, comes to you, you have offended, you have done something wrong. But the way he will talk to you makes it lively, that you become conscious of what you have done. But in this our part of the country, once you've done wrong, the first thing the policeman is thinking about how to slap you. You understand?
Yeah.
How to bring some sense into your senseless head.
To reset your mind.
You know, I saw a video of policemen putting a suspect or so into the Black Maria, and the guy was resisting in Tamale. I said, hey, you want us to put some sense into your head? And they were whipping him.
Be an awakening.
So sometimes it's the way we react. That's what I'm saying. It's not only the security people. Yesterday, the way a manner you and I and everybody reacted to the, let me say, unwarranted reaction of the lady on air was a bit too bad. was just intolerable. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm saying, as somebody who has lived through the various, Fuseni, I'm not inviting you to this.
I don't know why Nana is signaling me.
Yes.
I just want us to understand one thing here. Tolerance is one of the values that all of us must try to imbibe. You know, we sometimes we are too quick to react to things. I've matured over the years. Yeah. I used to be one very, very intolerant person. But as you grow, you become aware of the need for you to be tolerant, for you to be patient, to see how you can address issues in a peaceful manner instead of in a violent manner. So I would beg that the security services should exercise some level of control in such situations. It's an individual. Yeah. Because you are wearing a uniform, in fact, the responsibility lies on you to make sure that the person knows or gets knowledge on what crime he has committed. True. But not you committing a crime which becomes more heavier than what he has done. Indeed. Because you see, in this country, people have died for the press freedom that we are enjoying. Yeah. People have died for the press freedom that we are enjoying. People have been maimed. People have had scars from the struggle for press freedom. And so people cherish it. That's why Hussein is saying we must even kill for it. People cherish it. It is something that I, sitting here, as a journalist, as a professional broadcaster, I cherish it. Yeah. You understand? Today some time ago, who born dog? That even the music you play on GBC
was censored.
Look, certain words, you can't use certain words on GBC. I was doing commentary and I used the word stupid. Stupid. Just use the word stupid to describe a behavior of a footballer. Monday I got to work. I was summoned before a committee. Dressed up. Yeah. Dressed up. And what they told me, GBC is not like some Yama station. Yeah. Your grandfather is listening. Your grandmother was listening. Why do you use such word? What is not acceptable within our cultural standard, our cultural environment? I'm telling you how serious it was at that time. Yeah. So there were even words that you could not use on air. Yeah. That's our cultural setting. And even though our culture demands that sometimes when children misbehave, they are reprimanded, it is the measure of the reprimand and how the reprimand is done. Sometimes in our culture, when I misbehave, Fuseni will take me to my mother, my father. This your son was doing this. Yeah. Then your mother will reprimand you in front of a person for the person to know that your mother doesn't condone certain. So when a journalist has misbehaved, has done something that is wrong, it is for the security services to refer that matter to the GJA. So the GJA, by our ethics or the media commission, by its own regulations, can deal with that journalist, but not to use their security hand in dealing with the person as if the person is also one of them.
Censorship of the media, it's a dangerous thing, and we have come very far. Then again, but you see, press or media freedom is also very important. What was right yesterday should be right today. And we have to be consistent as a people. True. In no particular why I should refer to what transpired yesterday. I was on Twitter, I saw what transpired with the other media house, what the outburst of the lady who was on set and all of that. But you see, unfortunately, this lady in particular had other clips. Yesterday's reference was to a minister. I have seen other clips reference directly to the president.
Oh, no, let's not make it about this particular.
No, I'm not making it.
Let's move on.
I left it for Honorable because he is, and you see, yesterday's the immediate U-turn when she had expressed how she felt about the passport issue, and then within some hours,
yeah,
she had to take a U-turn.
She apologized. So
She apologized.
Let's not make this.
She apologized. Oh, fair enough. Whoever put pressure on her, whatever. Because I agreed with her initial, maybe her presentation, but I agreed with her. But you see, when she spoke about Gobe, under the government of the NPP, the media house did not get her to come and apologize to the president.
Right. That's done. Honorable, there's a message here.
Did people go into a life like that?
There's a message here from Mystic Wonder inside in Sawam.
You see, I'm saying this because you said it was a double-edged sword, and I agree with you. Journalists or media people should also be responsible.
We should act responsibly.
That's it.
We're told that
And so
we can guarantee you freedom of speech.
But
we
beyond
can't guarantee freedom after speech.
Your speech, we can't.
Very well.
But you see,
let's do some NPP politics now.
After that.
We have a few minutes to go.
What transpired yesterday?
He doesn't want us to do the NPP politics.
We have a few minutes to go.
What transpired yesterday?
You are going to the poll on Saturday.
The lady coming, and I was so surprised.
Isa.
So all those people who were on Twitter saying the person about the lady were there in this country when she spoke about Gobe.
We've seen more.
Nana, if you like, I will show you the video.
We've seen more light now.
We don't like it.
You don't want to see it.
We want to see how prepared you are for the polls on Saturday. NPP primaries.
I can tell you that we are very prepared. I have been very much in there. The EC is running the whole thing. The police will be offering security. I'm so much inside, right? I was at the printing of the ballots as an agent for DMB. Yesterday we followed the distribution of the ballot papers. I can tell you that the ballot papers are in the constituencies. The polling station, the EC should be very ready. I'm not too sure about the security because I'm not involved. Systems by the candidates to collate their results that I am sure are being put in place. I'm still engaging my constituents. We're still putting finishing touches to our campaigning. And I think that we are going to have a very successful event once again. Because the New Patriotic Party, when it comes to democracy, the democratic institution and the preservation and promotion of democracy within Ghana, we are par excellence. So what is going to happen on Saturday? What is going to happen on Saturday? And you see, for me, this election, the elections we are going to have on Saturday is one of the best things that happened to the New Patriotic Party. Because look,
that you are electing your flag bearer before your executive.
Coming from what transpired in the last elections, the spirit of the party itself was. But you see, this contest is actually
the spirit
important.
had left the party.
No, the spirit. The
defeat was so disgraceful. The spirit had left.
When you are a party with deep-rooted history, like us, from the UP to the PP to the PFP or UNC, wherever you belong to the NPP, we know where we are coming from. We have deep-seated roots.
From the UGCC.
So, from the UGCC.
Yeah.
So, it is not something that can be blown away by one election.
Party more than you.
It is not something. The NPP is not a party.
Because I'm older than him.
Very well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously. But you see, the New Patriotic Party, it is not a party that can be blown away by the defeat we suffered in one election. No. But you see, this whole process, the candidates going around has rejuvenated the spirit of the party. And that is what we are going to ride on. And fortunately for us, we have put ourselves in a situation where we have a lot of time to the next elections.
Because the real work is after your primary.
Of course.
Uniting and forging ahead.
But we have given ourselves the best resource, which is time. to be able to resolve whatever issues we have post elections on Saturday. And with the other elections that will come on, with the party internal elections, parliamentary primaries and all of, we have put ourselves in a very good stead. We are going through the processes now. Fortunately for us, after Saturday, we will have a pivot, a head, a leader of the party, which is going to be Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And post that.
He's going against 4 other persons.
Oh, why? Well, didn't you watch Bernard the other time on TV? Didn't you see how the polls are going? Can't you feel it?
There are several polls pointing to different directions.
Can't you feel it? You should be feeling it by now.
Honorable, let me give you 2 minutes on NPP primary.
You should be feeling the DMD sense by now.
No, sir, thank you. Let me get. He's wishing you well. He's wishing you well.
We are putting ourselves in the best stead for 2028.
We
will finish ours and we'll be watching them. Whether it's going to be Professor Nana Jane, whether it's going to be General Mosquito,
that is not for you to say.
Whether it's going to be the Chief of Staff.
Do you fear them? Go and finish yours on Saturday. Honorable Isa, Honorable Manapo.
Let me say this: sitting there as a political strategist, and from the NDC, whatever happens on Saturday is very important to me.
True,
because it will inform even our governance from now to the end of the 4 years. So I wish that it will be peaceful. It will be without any problem. Then we can have somebody emerging as the leader of the MPP. And then
you can have DMP emerging as
why would you want to put words in his mouth?
He knows it, but he's trying to. He knows it.
Yeah,
he's feeling it.
Well, he's the one I'm expecting.
You see?
Because, I want him to because you make the work easier for you.
For me. Easier for me. If you do the work easier for me.
This is where the
you know, so it's important. If anyone in NDC should think that whatever is going to happen on Saturday is not important, because it will impact on our strategy, on our planning and everything from now until 2028. But you see, the MPP are making one mistake. Let me be frank with you. If Fuseni said they will have time, I swear the action they have taken rather will cost them. Will cost them. Do you know why? What is going to happen is that the party will fracture. Let me tell you this. You see, as soon as one is elected as a flag bearer, what it means is that his supporters are going to be the ones who will form the national executive, the constituency executives, branch executives. It's going to go that way.
Okay,
I'm telling you, because you see, one of the reasons they cited for this particular strategy was that sometimes you have an executive who is against the flag bearer and sabotages the flag bearer. So the intention now is to have a flag bearer and his supporters will now take over the executive positions in the party.
Not necessarily. You see, when you go into the constituencies.
No, it is something. As a political strategist, I sit back and I say, look, this is what they want to do. They want to have a flag bearer, and then dependent on who supported him to be flag bearer, he will use his influence to make that person executive. So he will be comfortable working with the group. I'm being frank with you.
One of the main,
and this is the
time is up.
One of the main,
this is the thing that Professor Frimpong
one of the main drivers
have expressed
regarding the delegate system.
The delegate system.
One of the main drivers of these political institutions are for internal factionalism. There are the main internal contests like this are the main drivers for the survival of these institutions. And when you go into the constituencies, look, there are constituencies that I'm working in where they are divided in the middle. But when it comes to this contest, they have this faction is coming with this faction, working for this candidate. They are coming together.
That is the health relationship we need.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This should stand well. We'll have
time here. But thank you so much. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. Please don't go away. The show continues after this.